Tonight, from Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
It's the NFL on EA Sports, and there you get a look at Paul Brown Stadium on the banks of the Ohio River in Cincinnati. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals. The wait is finally over. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis here in the start of a new NFL season, and we kick it off with a bang on Thursday night.
What's interesting about these Thursday night games is oftentimes we hear people say, is it really fair for players to play on Thursday night? But what did we hear from both of these teams going into this one? How excited they were to have the spotlight on their teams, their franchises, the rest of the league watching them go at it.
Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
It's okay if I give him a few props right here. Do you mind?
I think he's earned it. Go ahead.
Okay, how about a guy who was a two-time walk-on, who later became a two-time Big 12 Player of the Year, has the most touchdown passes in Big 12 history with 129, a Heisman Trophy into his credit, and took his team to the college football playoff semifinal twice while at Oklahoma.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down. And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, let's face it, that's just a helpless feeling for a running back there. He's looking up to find a hole, and all he finds is a whole lot of ticked-off linebacker.
The Browns send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Oh, he takes it in, doesn't let it bounce. He takes it at the 2. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Here are the Bengals on offense, and here is Joe Burrow ready to lead them at quarterback.
And when you come into the league as the #1 guy selected, a lot of hype comes with it, and sometimes that weight can be unbearable. But this young man, he took that weight on and handled it as well as you can imagine. And I love his ability to make a 2nd, 3rd reaction play and create downfield.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Burrow not enamored with the formation. Instead, he'll signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Joe Mixon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
2nd down and 8. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. That one, a first down pickup of 8. But one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense, because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
A good pickup there, 8 yards. On the first down completion. 2nd and 2. Now it's Burrow. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
That was a route run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And now they will throw it with Burrow. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. There he goes, left side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. To return it, Darius Phillips. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They begin the drive with Williams. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well right at them and right up the middle.
57 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Mixon. A pretty decent gain on the tough run before he's brought down at the 25. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
But what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb, and he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Third and short yardage. Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in week 1. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
He's going to air one out. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Denzel Ward.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
7 yards there on the first down screen play. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield, and he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on 1st and 2nd down, and needing long yardage to try and pick up a 1st down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on 4th down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on 1st and 2nd down. Really put them behind the 8 ball.
It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And with decent starting field position, they're maybe only a couple completions away from field goal range.
And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final time. Timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. So we have reached halftime here. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bengals drive about to get going.
It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Can see this quite a bit on running plays with the guys out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the offseason. We worked a lot on hand placement and blocking downfield. Might want to take that course.
It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals have taken the lead. It certainly worked, but that was a gutsy call to go for it on fourth and short.
Yeah, not sure I would have made that call, but give them a ton of credit for deciding to go for it and not only doing it, but doing it in fine fashion. Takes me back to this summer when we were touring camps. Remember we watched them practice, and they worked hard in these situations, and they blocked it up perfectly.
And defensively, they were so worried about the line of scrimmage. Once he got past that first wave of tacklers, goodbye.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Mayfield now.
Throw right side, taken in by the tight end, Bryant.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Mayfield now from the 50. That one is caught by Hunt. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Handoff comes to Chubb. And not much running room. Down to the 32. It was Jordan Evans making the play defensively. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Mayfield.
Swings this out for Hunt.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sam Hubbard drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up fourth down. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement, and off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner. Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the penalty, it's Mixon. And he'll get him a little bit of breathing room across the 5 to the 6-yard line.
Greg Newsome up to make the stop.
A little more room here on 2nd and 6 from the 6. Once again, they run with Mixon. And they work this out past the 25. 171 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And he's got a Bengals first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
On first down, Williams. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Five yards remain on second down.
Running left, it's Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. Burrow looking to pass. Now Burrow loses the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. On the return, Phillips. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Out comes the Cleveland defense. They get ready and set for the next possession. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to strip the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? Back to Mixon on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense get back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first. On third down, Mixon. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46.
With 207 yards on the ground for him now as he's gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 46. They'll run here with Mixon. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. A toss left, Mixon. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Mixon. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. On 3rd down, Mixon. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A handoff running left, Mixon. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A crucial penalty there as the hold backs him up for another 2nd and goal. It's Mixon on the counter. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. Here's Mixon. And that's a touchdown as they've broken our tie here in the final minute of the fourth.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the fourth, but they got to feel good now. McPherson on for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Now Mayfield and the Browns. Down 21-14. Exactly 1 minute remaining. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it. Unfortunately, he's able to recover himself, but the clock's still rolling here. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So the officials and the folks in New York got a second look at this one, and the call is going to be overturned. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Mayfield to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. DJ Reader busting through to get him for a loss of 6. Well, my friend, for the players, it's good for them to get that first game under their belts. For you and I, that first Thursday night game, also good for us to get that under our belts, wasn't it?
It was no longer preseason. We were into the regular season, the first game of the year. And, you know, all eyes were watching this when everyone was excited that football was back.
And it's just special. You could just feel it. It's so good to have the pigskin back out there. It'll be crisp fall weather before we know it.
You got that right, but I love the build-up to it, right? All day long anticipating it, and then we got here and we saw a game, the first game of the year. Let's keep going.
So for Cincinnati, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to make amends next week as they host the New Orleans Saints. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.